Howdy, partners! Today, we're fixing to make a real crowd-pleaser California tamale pie. This dish is as sunny and welcoming as the Golden State itself. It's comfort food with a kick, combining the heartiness of a casserole with the vibrant flavors of Mexico. Now, some folks might think tamale pie is a fussy dish, but I'm here to tell you that's just plain wrong. This recipe is as easy as a Sunday morning stroll. We're talking simple ingredients, straightforward steps, and a result that'll have your family hollering for seconds. So grab your aprons and let's rustle up a taste of California sunshine. Before we get cooking, let's round up our ingredients. Don't you worry, there's nothing too fancy here, just good, honest-to-goodness food. For the meaty filling, you'll need 1 pound ground beef, 1 onion, chopped, 1 green bell pepper, chopped, 2 cloves garlic, minced, 1 15-ounce can black beans, rinsed and drained, 1 15-ounce can corn, drained, 1 14.5-ounce can diced tomatoes, undrained, and 1 1.8-ounce packaged taco seasoning. And for that golden, crispy crust, 1 15-ounce box corn muffin mix, half a cup of milk, 1 egg, and a 1/4 cup melted butter. See? Told you it was simple. Now let's gather up our tools and get this tamale party started. Now that we've got our ingredients all lined up, let's wrangle up our trusty kitchen tools. We're gonna need a large skillet. This is where the magic of the meat filling happens. A 9 by 13-inch baking dish. The perfect vessel for our tamale creation, a sharp knife and cutting board. For chopping those veggies like a pro, a can opener. Can't forget about those handy canned goods, measuring cups and spoons. Accuracy is key to a flavorful tamale pie, a mixing bowl. For that beautiful cornbread crust and a rubber spatula for scraping every last bit of goodness. That's it. With these tools at the ready, we're well on our way to tamale pie perfection. All right, let's get down to business. Today, we're diving into the heart of our dish. First things first, we gotta build ourselves a flavor-packed meat filling. This is the foundation of our tamale pie, and we want it to be bursting with taste. This is where the real magic of the tamale pie starts to happen. The meat filling is what gives it that rich, savory flavor that everyone loves. Grab your large skillet and set it over medium heat. Make sure it's nice and hot before you add anything to it. Crumble in that ground beef and cook it until it's nice and browned. This step is crucial because browning the meat adds a depth of flavor that's essential for our filling. Don't forget to break it up with your spatula as it cooks. We want to make sure the meat is evenly cooked and there are no big chunks. We don't want any big old chunks of meat in our pie. The goal is to have a consistent texture throughout. Once the beef is browned, toss in your chopped onion and green bell pepper. These veggies will add a nice crunch and a burst of color to our filling. Cook them until they're soft and tender, about 5 minutes. This will help to mellow out the flavors and make them blend seamlessly with the meat. Then add in that minced garlic and cook for another minute, just to release its fragrant goodness. Garlic is a key player in our flavor profile. Now, for the flavor explosion. We're going to add a mix of spices that will take this filling to the next level. Stir in the black beans, corn, diced tomatoes, and taco seasoning. These ingredients will add a variety of textures and flavors, making our filling truly special. Bring the whole mixture to a simmer and let it bubble away for about 5 minutes, allowing all those flavors to meld together. This simmering time is crucial for developing a rich, cohesive filling that will make our tamale pie unforgettable. Section 5. Crafting the golden corn crust. It's easier than you think. While the meat filling is simmering away, let's turn our attention to the star of the show, that irresistible cornbread crust. Now, don't you go getting intimidated by the thought of making cornbread from scratch. We're taking a shortcut with a good old box of corn muffin mix. Grab your mixing bowl and pour in the corn muffin mix. Add in the milk, egg, and melted butter. Whisk everything together until it's just combined. Don't overmix it or your crust might turn out tough. Now set that bowl aside for a spell. We'll be using this golden goodness to top our tamale pie in just a bit. Section 6. Layering up the goodness, assembling your masterpiece. All right, folks, it's time to assemble our tamale pie masterpiece. This is where all our hard work comes together into one delicious dish. Grab your trusty 9 by 13-inch baking dish and give it a light spray with cooking spray. Make sure to cover all the sides and corners. This will prevent our pie from sticking to the pan, ensuring a smooth and easy serving later on. Now, pour that flavorful meat filling we made earlier into the prepared baking dish. Remember, this filling is packed with spices and goodness. Spread it out evenly with your spatula, making sure it reaches all the corners. We want every bite to have a perfect balance of flavors. Next, carefully pour the cornbread batter over the meat filling. This batter will form a delicious golden crust. Spread it out gently with your spatula, ensuring it covers the entire surface. Take your time to get an even layer. Don't press down too hard. We want that crust to be light and fluffy. The key is to be gentle and patient. Now take a moment to admire your handiwork. You've put in the effort and it shows. Doesn't that look like a thing of beauty? It's almost a shame to bake it, but we know the end result will be worth it. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the perfect temperature to get that golden crispy crust. Carefully place your tamale pie in the oven and set your timer for 25 to 30 minutes. Keep an eye on it as it bakes to perfection. While it bakes, you can clean up your workspace or prepare a side dish. The aroma will fill your kitchen, making the wait worthwhile. Once the timer goes off, take out your tamale pie and let it cool for a few minutes. The golden crust should be firm and slightly crispy. Slice into your masterpiece and serve it up. Each piece should reveal layers of deliciousness, from the savory meat filling to the fluffy cornbread topping. Enjoy every bite of your tamale pie. You've earned it. Section 7. Baking to bubbly perfection. Time to relax. All right, partners, it's time to let the oven work its magic. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 175 degrees Celsius. Once it's nice and hot, carefully slide in your tamale pie. Now here's where you get a little break. Let that pie bake for about 30 to 35 minutes. You'll know it's done when the crust is golden brown and the filling is bubbly around the edges. The aroma wafting from your oven will be enough to drive you crazy with anticipation. While the pie is baking, you can use this time to tidy up your kitchen or pour yourself a glass of sweet tea. Section 8. The moment of truth, checking for doneness. This is the crucial step where we determine if all our hard work has paid off. After about 30 minutes, it's time to check on our masterpiece. The aroma should be filling your kitchen by now, making it hard to resist a sneak peek. Carefully pull the tamale pie out of the oven and take a peek. Make sure to use oven mitts to protect your hands from the heat. Remember, ovens can be a tad unpredictable, so it's always best to double-check for doneness. Even if your oven is set to the right temperature, it might cook unevenly. First, give the crust a gentle poke with your fingertip. This initial test will give you a good idea of how well the pie has set. It should feel firm and spring back slightly when touched. This indicates that the crust has baked properly and has a nice texture. If it still feels soft or doughy, pop it back in the oven for another 5 to 10 minutes. Patience is key here. You want it to be just right. Next, grab a butter knife and insert it into the center of the pie. This is a classic method to check if the inside is fully cooked. If it comes out clean, you're good to go. A clean knife means the batter has cooked through completely. If there's any uncooked batter clinging to the knife, give it a few more minutes in the oven. It's better to wait a bit longer than to have an undercooked pie. Once you're confident it's done, let it cool for a few minutes before slicing. This will help the pie set even more and make it easier to serve. Finally, serve your delicious tamale pie with a garnish of fresh herbs or a dollop of sour cream. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Section 9. Adding the finishing touches, garnishing like a pro. Now that our tamale pie is baked to bubbly perfection, it's time to add those finishing touches that'll make it extra special. Garnishing might seem like a small step, but trust me, it makes all the difference. You can keep it simple with a sprinkle of freshly chopped cilantro or a dollop of sour cream. Or go all out with a colorful fiesta of toppings like diced tomatoes, shredded lettuce, sliced black olives, and a drizzle of your favorite salsa. Get creative and let your inner artist shine through. Section 10. Dig in, partners, serving up your California dream. All right, folks, the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time to slice into that beautiful tamale pie and serve up a taste of California sunshine. Grab your sharpest knife and cut the pie into generous squares. This recipe is hearty enough to feed a hungry crowd, so don't be shy about serving up seconds. Tamale pie is delicious on its own, but you can also pair it with some classic sides like a crisp green salad, creamy coleslaw, or a pile of crispy French fries. No matter how you choose to serve it, one thing's for sure. This dish is guaranteed to bring smiles to everyone's faces. Section 11. Tamale pie, a recipe for memories and happy bellies. Well, partners, there you have it. A taste of California sunshine right in your own kitchen. This tamale pie recipe is more than just a meal. It's a celebration of simple, flavorful food that brings people together. It's the perfect dish for a busy weeknight dinner, a casual get-together with friends, or even a potluck party. And the best part? It's so easy to make, even the most inexperienced cook can whip it up with confidence. So gather your loved ones, put on your aprons, and get ready to create some delicious memories with this crowd-pleasing California tamale pie. Happy cooking, y'all!